Every day the sun rises on Sudan, the criminal militias perpetrate the most heinous forms of abuse and violence against Sudanese women in the areas they occupy. They violate their womanhood and sanctity, turning their bodies into a stage for all kinds of harm and terror, waging their funded and supported war against the civilization, history, and dignity of Sudanese women.
Many news agencies and television channels have also carried harrowing testimonies from hundreds of women who were raped and suffered severe physical and physiological harm as a result of the systematic, barbaric, and brutal practices used by these sponsored mercenaries. Multiple reports issued by the United Nations bodies concerned with women, as well as by the Fact-Finding Mission, have documented that thousands of Sudanese women have been subjected to various forms of sexual violence, rape, abduction, threats, enslavement, and captivity.
Torture, rape, abduction for ransom, arbitrary detention, and enforced disappearances, all at a mass scale.
Now, once again, women's bodies are part of the field of war. This video is too disturbing to broadcast in full, but it goes on to show a girl, believed to be just 15 years old, being raped. You see here a man in light-colored fatigues, matching those worn by the RSF.
اغتصاب في كافوري مربع 4 الزلط الفاصل دي حالة اغتصاب بيغتصبوا في وحدة.
The rights of every Sudanese female victim directly targeted by this war cannot be disregarded or reduced to political and military maneuvering and gain. Women are honored and valued in our noble religion, and we will not compromise on their rights. We will work with the international and local partners to ensure their recovery and strengthen the communities in which they live, ensuring their health and well-being.
Regional power. UAE is financing it shamelessly, and it's actually with other counterparts from the region, supported by other also international counterparts. That people could not see that's beyond their interest with the UAE. A bunch of people could be dying in Sudan, but it's okay. Our interest is much more important.
The pain and suffering of Sudanese women in this war has deeply affected the world and every free person. The horrific violations they have endured at the hands of these terrorists cannot be legally or morally separated from those regionally and internationally involved in providing arms and political justifications for the actions of these rapist terrorist militia.
They are poisoning genetic labs, destroying genetic banks of very rare plants, and using sexual violence as a weapon of war, because it's cheap, silent, and effective. It leaves no visible ruins, but actually generations of scars. This war is actually about, they want to have a new Sudan upon the bodies of people, upon the bodies of women, upon our own bodies as a battlefield, upon destructions of civilian infrastructures, hospitals, schools, people houses, people saving, looted. And they say they want to save us and to bring us democracy.
The authorities in Abu Dhabi, the political sponsors within the Alliance of Sumut, and all parties that align themselves with these practices bear legal and moral responsibility under the principles of criminal liability, complicity, facilitation, and incitement to war crimes. Those who supply these miscreants with weapons used in these crimes, in violence against women and in rape, and those who provide justification for such conduct must be subject to punishment alongside the direct perpetrators in accordance with the rules of international humanitarian law relating to providing weapons to groups that commit war crimes, deliberate political justification and targeted media support, and the international responsibility of states that supply weapons to groups committing such crimes. The acquiescence of the international community and of human rights and women's organizations in the face of the crimes of this terrorist militia and its backers turn their slogans into mere empty words and undermines the trust granted to them in the name of humanity. It even raises doubts as to whether some of these platforms have become auction houses where positions are sold and absolution is bought. For this reason, it becomes incumbent upon international actors to determine the appropriate legal measures to hold the terrorist militia and all those who support it accountable for the crimes documented by independent international bodies that have been committed against the women of Sudan. The Sudanese Armed Forces renew their pledge and loyalty to Sudanese women and affirm that they have always been and will remain a source of pride for the Sudanese nation, that their rights violated by this rapist terrorist militia will not be forfeited, and that we will seek justice for them against all those who contributed to their suffering and pain, from the supporters, instigators, and apologists, until the hands of the justice reaches every criminal in this rapist terrorist militia. Since history sprang from you, moved through you, and flows back to you, surely you will prevail.